One of the most intriguing things about the Switch is how it's an absolute goldmine for weird or different out-of-the-box accessories to make use of its portability. And I think one of the ones that has stood out the most to me ever since it first made its debut on Indiegogo is the Ojo Portable Switch Projector Dock. The Ojo is a small portable projector that very heavily lends itself to being used with the Switch, so much so that it's even mimicked the Switch's dock design, so that you're able to load it right here like you would with the dock, but instead of it just acting as a place to charge the Switch or display the signal, it's actually pushing it out of a projector built into the dock itself. Now, before going in depth on things like image quality, brightness, and just how well it works as a projector, something I want to talk about and really praise about this guy is how user-friendly it is. It is super portable and really easy to use. Not only is it nice and small and compact and easy to carry around, but it also actually has an internal battery that'll allow it to run for up to 4 hours. So yeah, you can plug it into a wall and use it like a standard projector, but you can also use it on the go or out in the wild without plugging it into anything, like we have right here. Right now, it is running just off of battery power and clearly, well, working. On top of that, this thing is really, really easy to set up. I mean, just like with a regular Switch dock, the way you have to hook up the Switch is to just drop it into the dock design, and that's gonna get the video signal running. And then getting the actual projector going is really simple. It actually automatically keystones for the vertical axis. So what that means is when you're worrying about if it's pointing up too high or too low, it's automatically making sure that the picture on the wall or surface, or whatever you're portraying it on, is going to keep it a nice square image. It doesn't do this for the horizontal, so you still have to make sure that it's like pointing straight. It can be a little to the left, a little to the right, but only worrying about one axis is a lot easier than worrying about both. And that's really it. It's just making sure that it's pointed straight and you mess with the focus a little and it's good to go. Super simple. So once you have it all set up, how well does it work? Well, this projector in particular is 1200 lumens, so that puts it on sort of the mid-high range level for most consumer projectors, which basically means that it's bright enough that it'll work in a dim room, but for optimal settings, you definitely want to use it in something that's either a very dark room where there's no other light sources, or you're outside at nighttime. You could use it during the day, but it's not going to be the clearest image. Now, as for how large this image can be, all the tech specs for the Ojo reference that it does a maximum size of 120 inches, but I think we can push it a little harder than that. So we are outside of our offices, and there just so happens to be a building that has white walls. So we're going to see how clear this image is once we blow it up. This is kind of awesome. It's definitely a little blurry because of the resolution, but this is kind of amazing. By the way, if you want some more pics of this guy as well as just other cool stuff we've been shooting lately, make sure to check out my Instagram. It's linked down below. Check it out. Now, where the Ojo starts to have some problems though is when it comes to just raw image quality. 1200 lumens is enough to get a good bright picture in a dark room, but the projector is only 480p, which admittedly, the image doesn't look quite as bad as I thought it would have for that resolution, but at the same time, it's far from optimal. I mean, yeah, you can have the projector make only a small screen close up against a wall and it'll look pretty good, but that's also kind of defeating part of the point of using a projector so you can get a much larger image. Where it also runs into problems is its speaker quality. It does have built-in speakers and it'll sound okay if they're running nice and quiet, but as soon as you try to get the volume to any kind of appreciable degree of loud, it just doesn't sound good at all. Now, it does have an audio out, so you can hook it into some headphones or another stereo set, but that kind of counts as a bit of a ding against its main strength, portability. Now, to balance things out a little bit, another big strength of the Ojo is that it is a very versatile little piece of tech. I mean, it is marketed primarily as being a projector for the Switch, but it actually also features an HDMI in, so you can really hook up any device with an HDMI out to it and use it as just a nice little portable projector. Along with that, it also doubles as a battery bank that you can use with your Switch or any other devices that need charging. You're actually able to switch it between an off mode, projector mode, or just a power supply mode where you can plug in anything to its USB out ports and provide a charge. Now, this is only at 5 volts 2 amps, so it's not exactly going to be something that's going to bring your Switch back to life very quickly, but it is going to give you a lot more battery life as long as you keep hooking it up. Also, going back to portability a little bit, one other nice thing you can get with the Ojo is there is a bundle option to get a case, and the case is actually really nice. It gives you just enough space to fit the Ojo itself, the AC adapter for it, a full Switch with 2 Joy-Cons attached, and then some additional slots to fit a comfort grip or some additional Joy-Cons. I kind of wish it had a place to also fit a Switch Pro controller, but if there's anything that's going to be missing, that's fine. Everything else makes for an awesome little portable Switch setup. Overall, the Ojo is a really awesome little portable projector whose only real problem is that it's capped at 480p. I mean, if your focus is having something that's an alternative to a TV or getting the best visual way possible of a game, it's not the strongest choice. But where it really excites me is this idea of a portable Switch setup, especially for multiplayer games. I mean, the idea of being able to play Smash Brothers once it comes out with this little portable case and just set up wherever you want for competitive matches is really cool.